You think rich people blow their money on yachts, Gucci slides, and overpriced coffee tables made of reclaimed moon rock? Some do, but the truly wealthy, the kind who stay rich, play a completely different game. And spoiler alert, it's not the one we're sold on Instagram. Today, we're pulling back the velvet curtain to expose how rich people actually spend their money. This isn't flex culture, it's financial strategy. And knowing it could change how you handle your own cash forever. Some historical context. Let's rewind. In the early 1900s, wealth meant land, factories, and family names like Rockefeller or Vanderbilt. It was inherited, hoarded, and visible. Think giant mansions, horse stables, private rail cars. But by the 1980s, with the rise of Wall Street, wealth started looking a little different. Enter stock options, tax loopholes, and trust funds. Then came the tech boom and Silicon Valley billionaires in hoodies. Now, wealth is often quiet and strategic. The real flex isn't showing off, it's control. Back in the Gilded Age, wealth was meant to be seen. Industrialists like Andrew Carnegie and J.P. Morgan built giant mansions and collected art to prove their worth. But that changed post-Great Depression. Rich people became more cautious. And by the time Silicon Valley millionaires rolled around, showing off became a liability. You don't want the IRS, hackers, or the media watching too closely. Enter the rise of stealth wealth, a Patagonia vest, a $20 Timex, a 10-year-old Camry in the driveway of a $3 million home. These aren't accidents, they're strategies, real-world examples. Warren Buffett still lives in the house he bought in 1958, but he owns massive stakes in Apple and Coca-Cola. His spending? Quiet. His investments? Loud. Rihanna, yes, billionaire Rihanna, said she hires people to tell her no so she doesn't go broke. Her net worth is rooted in Fenty, not record sales. Elon Musk sold all his mansions and moved into a $50,000 prefab box near SpaceX. Why? He claimed possessions were a distraction. These aren't just personal choices, they're financial philosophies. So how do the rich actually spend their money? Number one, they buy assets, not liabilities. While most people spend their money on things that lose value, wealthy people buy things that grow over time. They buy real estate that appreciates, businesses that generate cash flow, stocks, bonds, and private equity that compound. Instead of buying a car that drops 20% the second it leaves the lot, they'll invest in a self-storage facility in Florida. Not flashy, but smart. Number two, they minimize taxes legally. The wealthy don't just make money, they keep it. And tax strategy is a huge part of that. They use tax loss harvesting to offset gains, real estate depreciation to reduce taxable income, trusts and charitable foundations to protect indirect wealth, capital gains, taxed lower than income, instead of salaries. It's not that they evade taxes, they structure their income in ways that minimize them, all perfectly legal and often encouraged by policy. Number three, they leverage debt. This might sound wild, but rich people love debt, the right kind of debt. They take out low-interest loans using their assets as collateral, then reinvest that borrowed money into new income streams. It's called leverage. While the average person gets into debt to survive, wealthy people use debt to scale. It's not about avoiding debt, it's about using it strategically. Number four, they spend on protection, not just possessions. Sure, some rich folks splurge, but many are more focused on protection than bling. They spend money on lawyers, accountants, and estate planners, insurance, everything from property to liability to their own voice. Shout out to Mariah Carey. Security systems and privacy tools, diversification across assets, industries, and even countries. Their goal isn't just to grow money, it's to keep it. Number five, they invest in access and efficiency. Rich people hate wasting time. That's why they spend on things that buy it back. That includes first-class travel to save hours, executive assistants to handle logistics, concierge doctors and healthcare memberships, premium services to skip lines, delays, and bottlenecks. Time is their most valuable asset, and they spend to protect it. Number six, they give strategically. Surprised? Many wealthy people give a lot, but not randomly. They create charitable foundations or donor-advised funds that reduce their taxable income, allow them to direct how money is used, build their legacy while maintaining control. It's philanthropy with structure, and yes, benefits. Number 7, they delay gratification. This one stings, but it's true. The truly wealthy often live below their means, at least while they're building. They drive Hondas, wear plain t-shirts, and skip the flashy vacations. Not because they're cheap, but because they prioritize long-term wealth over short-term image. Think Warren Buffett in his modest Nebraska home, or Mark Zuckerberg's hoodie collection. Stealth wealth is greater than show-off wealth. Number 8, they use money to make better decisions. Wealthy people know that emotions and money don't mix, so they use their money to create distance from impulsive decisions. This looks like automated investing strategies, trusted financial advisors, monthly budget reviews and planning retreats. Paying upfront to avoid interest and fees, they remove friction not just from their schedules, but from their decision-making. Number 9, they teach the next generation. Want to see how the wealthy stay wealthy? Look at how they raise their kids. They don't just pass on money, they pass on mindsets. Financial literacy, delayed gratification, investing fundamentals. They start early. They'll set up custodial Roth IRAs, college savings accounts, even family offices. Entire businesses that manage wealth across generations. This isn't by accident, it's the plan. Number 10, they aren't afraid of advisors or paying for advice. While most people Google their way through money questions, the wealthy pay pros to get it right the first time. Lawyers, CPAs, investment advisors, estate planners. Not YouTubers with yachts. Because to them, bad advice isn't just a waste of time, it's expensive. How to adopt these habits without being rich? You don't need millions to start thinking like the wealthy. Here's how you can apply this today. Prioritize needs that add value: health, skills, security. Avoid spending to impress others. Invest even small amounts early. Compound interest doesn't care how rich you are. Learn tax basics and avoid common traps. Protect your time and energy like they're assets, because they are. Wrap up the real flex. In the end, the richest people don't always look rich, because the real flex is freedom, time freedom, mental freedom, financial freedom. They spend to gain, not to prove. And once you start thinking that way, you're already ahead of the game. So no, rich people don't all spend their money on jets and jacuzzis. The ones who stay rich, they think long-term. They buy back time. They protect their downside. And they build systems that work while they sleep. You don't need millions to think this way. You just need to shift how you view spending. Want to start? Ask this before your next purchase. Will this grow in value? Will this save me time? Will this protect what I've built? If not, maybe let it go. This is Cash Me If You Can, the only channel that teaches you how the money really moves. Like, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Before you go, just a friendly reminder that Cash Me If You Can is all about financial insights, not financial advice. I'm sharing what's worked for me and what I've learned from years in the private wealth world. But your money, your responsibility. So do your own research, make smart choices, and always double-check what the TikTok experts are telling you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more from Cash Me If You Can.